So it's Saturday morning, about 10:30 or 11, I'm not even sure. Oh, there's a clock right there. Yeah, 10:34. I'm just doing a quick little hitchhike over the hill to Vernal from Roosevelt. It's just a 30-minute drive. I can usually expect to be there in about an hour, hour and a half. At the most, 2 hours. If it's really an unlucky day. 10:34, so I'll plan on being there by 12:30. Honestly, I can probably expect to be there by noon, but we'll see what happens. Hitchhiking over there to see my friend Daniel. Daniel might have a little project. We'll see what he has for me to do this weekend, and I'll try to help him out with that. That's the plan for today and tomorrow. Then back to work Monday morning. I've noticed it's a little difficult to hitchhike in town. It's not impossible, but somehow where there's stoplights and a lot of intersections and stuff, it's usually a little more difficult to catch a ride. It does happen sometimes, and sometimes I've caught a ride just going across town. But I've just noticed a lot more cars go by without anyone stopping when we're in town in a scenario like this. But once I walk to the edge of town, it should be pretty easy to catch a ride. And in this little jaunt going to Vernal, usually I get to the edge of town and within half a mile someone has stopped. One thing hitchhiking has shown me is the spirit of giving, the spirit of sharing, and the value of it. As I make myself vulnerable out here to the whims of the people and to the greater spirit, I find that there's an energy flow, and I can shift that energy flow. The intentions that I set out with at the beginning and the things that I choose to do along the way affect and alter that energy flow. Usually I have something with me that's worth sharing, whether it's $1 or a little trade bead, an Indian trade bead, or a cigarette or some marijuana. It creates a spirit of sharing. And then I notice that everybody's sharing. But if I set out without that spirit, without that intention, things get a little more difficult. And so it's hard to explain logically how that happens, because logically every passing car is an individual in their own mental space and in their own heart space. But yet, if I set out with the intention of sharing, and then one car pulls over and I share with them, I share my cigarettes or I share my money, then even if I shared everything to where I get out and I'm traveling with nothing, somehow it always seems to be that the next person who stops is in that sharing spirit, because I'm in the sharing spirit. Even if I have nothing to share, I'm in the spirit of giving, of selflessness, of sharing, of mutual abundance. Most importantly is the fact that I'm in that energy space of giving everything I have to give. Because I'm out here basically trying to get something. I'm trying to get a ride. I'm trying to get something. You know, that's the fundamental of it. But if in my heart and in my mind I'm out here to give something, then things come together so much more easily, and it's almost like that law of attraction where I adjust my own vibration to be sharing and giving. And then it just happens to be that the people who cross my path and the people who notice me on the side of the road happen to be in that same spirit. Yep, so here I am, more on the edge of town. And there's still a few more gas stations and little stores out here, so kind of seems to hinder the chances of catching a ride. But here within the next mile or so, I expect to see somebody who pulls over. And if I walk longer than that, no big deal. But this is kind of where it turns into the highway. This is a better chance of finding somebody who will stop. outside of Roosevelt and caught a ride from my friend Russ. It's Russ, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and he happened to pick me up a couple weekends ago when I was hitchhiking up to Wyoming. So we're catching up here for a second. He says he's going all the way to Vernal, so I'll ride with him out there. And just like I say, it always happens to work out. God is always working out the plan. So, and He sends His angels. You want to say hi?
What's up?
Yeah. So this is Russ. I met him a couple weekends ago, and we went over the Uinta Mountains up to Wyoming. He was was it your aunt?
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, he was with his aunt. They were just doing a day drive out in the mountains, and it's cool to see. It's cool to see an old friend and reunite with people. So anyway, I'll see you later. Well, Russ is dropping me off here, so see you later. Thanks for the ride.
Have a good one.
All right, appreciate it, man.
See ya.
God bless you. Thanks. Off he goes, and I'm here at my friend Daniel's house. Quick little skip and a hop, 30 miles from home. What did I say? I'd be here by like 12:30. What is it? 11:15. Anyway, it works. Adios. I got some cool ass friends.